right, here we go. This is the complete sound production workflow for film in under 5 minutes. Let's get started. We start in the pre-production phase of the film with planning. This is where the filming locations are scouted to see how everything should be mic'd and what sound effects will need to be recorded when and where. Then we move into the production phase of the film, where we get location sound recording, otherwise known as production sound. Funny how the production sound is recorded during the production phase of the film. They were good at naming this one. We'll get to something later where the naming is terrible, but for now the names are pretty appropriate. This production sound is all the audio that's recorded while the video portion is being filmed. The main thing that needs to be captured here is the dialogue. This is recorded with either shotgun mics or lavalier mics because they allow for just the actors' voices to be picked up and they throw away any surrounding noises on the set. Something else captured during this stage is what's called room tone, which is the ambient sound of a room when it's silent. This can be added on top of those scenes in the film to add realism to the space. Finally, what are called wild sounds are captured as location. These are sounds like massive crowds talking and moving, fun fact, this is called walla, or just general action background noise. Now we move into the post-production stage of the film, where most of the audio work takes place. However, before the work on that can start, the video people need to do their thing in the picture editing stage. This is where a rough cut of the film is produced using exclusively the production audio. At this point, the composer can also start work on the film's score. Next, the final edit of the video is completed in the picture lock phase, and all of the production audio that was used is transferred to the audio post-production team. By far the biggest part of audio post-production on films is where we're at right now, which is called the sound editing phase, as it encompasses a lot of different things. First is dialogue editing, where the dialogue captured in production sound and used in that picture editing stage is cleaned up and made to sound as good as it possibly can. However, if the dialogue isn't recoverable, they can do what's called ADR, or automated dialogue replacement. ADR is also used if there's dialogue from a character off screen that wasn't captured, or if the original vocal performance was less than stellar. However, ADR is generally shied away from as it's more expensive and will usually result in worse performances than those captured on the day. Also in the sound editing phase are sound effects. This could include Foley recordings made by Foley artists or synthesized sound effects. These are all constructed and time-aligned with the film during this stage. This is also when the film's score and its timing are finalized, and recordings of that can start being made. Finally, we have reached the various mixing stages, the first of which is the pre-dubs stage. This is where all the thousands of audio tracks used across the entire film are categorized and then mixed within each category. These category mixes are then bounced out as stems. This way, the audio for the film goes from an unmanageable number of tracks to a much more reasonable amount. These stems are then given to the re-recording engineer, who, you guessed it, doesn't re-record anything. I don't know why it's called this, but it is. The re-recording engineer is just the person who takes all those stems and mixes them together into the final mixdown of the film, which is what you hear when you go see it in the movies. Finally, the completed sound and the completed video are all packaged together into a digital cinema package, which is shipped out to theaters to be played and hopefully enjoyed by hundreds of thousands of moviegoers worldwide.